You want to know how bad it is in California right now? Here's how bad it is.
President Volodymyr Zelensky has offered to send 150 Ukrainian first responders to help battle the massive wildfires.
That a country that has been relentlessly bombed for almost 3 years was like, you poor bastards.
Breaking news, Republicans caught with their hands in the disaster relief cookie jar. Jon Stewart exposes the shocking double standard that's leaving California high and dry while other states swim in federal aid. From wildfires to political dumpster fires, we're diving into the GOP's selective sympathy playbook. You won't believe the mental gymnastics these politicians are pulling to justify their flip-flopping on federal assistance. It's a disaster relief roller coaster, and we're all along for the ride.
And tenacity. Rescue workers from all over the country. Rescue workers from outside the country. Rescue workers from Mexico. Mainly the tireless and heroic actions of firefighters in the California region. Some of them prisoners fighting with incredible bravery. Mexico! Damn your open borders, Biden!
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Now, people, let's discuss the blatant hypocrisy of the Republican Party, and I mean that literally. Following a botched spray tan, California has been hotter than Trump's collar, and some Republican lawmakers are engaging in a perverse game of disaster relief roulette.
In the state of California, a horrifying inferno whose danger even now has not passed. But even amongst the tragedy and sadness, we will be discussing whether or not he's going to run to be the Liberal Party of Canada's new leader, or if he will be the governor of our 51st state. We're not sure yet. There have been incredible moments of human compassion and kindness, neighbors looking after neighbors, charitable contributions pouring into GoFundMe from all areas of the world.
Imagine this, GOP leaders are treating aid like a Mar-a-Lago pass while California burns. More requirements are being placed on blue states than a Red Bull Circus poodle. However, what about red states? Baby, it's raining dollar bills. Can you picture firefighters in California licking their boots while completing GOP questionnaires? Excuse me, sir, before I save your house, could you tell me your stance on avocado toast? It's ridiculous. Now, let's deliver some truth bombs in August that are hotter than California asphalt. Disaster aid has reached red states more quickly than Trump can tweet witch hunt since 2017. Florida received $2.5 billion for Hurricane Michael. Alabama received $3 billion for various disasters, and Texas received $30 billion for Hurricane Harvey. No questions asked, no strings attached. Santa came early, but only for the children of the red state. But hold on, the plot twist is more juicy than Trump's perfectly cooked steak.
We are made for goodness and love and compassion, or, as our own president-elect put it, but it is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, of man's ability across cultural and political and religious lines in times of crisis to appeal to our better angels. As Archbishop Desmond Tutu once said,
Trump shared a meme on Truth Social of fires raging behind the Hollywood sign, which was photoshopped to read, "Trump was right."
They were all thoughts and prayers for California. Don't you recall? It turns out that when they are barbecuing in their own backyard, they are less picky. For example, Kevin McCarthy. He criticized California's forest management more quickly than Trump does Putin. But when his own district is struck by wildfires, "Show me the money" is uttered more quickly than hypocrite. Not to be overlooked is the legendary Tom McClintock. He voted against providing aid to victims of Hurricane Sandy, saying it was full of pork. But when his district was threatened by the Caldor fire, like the last piece of pizza at a frat party, he was pleading for federal funds. You could cut the double standard with a knife or perhaps a firefighter's axe because it is so thick. When it comes to their own states, these Republican lawmakers are first in line with their hands out, but they criticize California more quickly than Trump can down a Diet Coke. We're going to sift through some GOP reasoning that's hotter than a California wildfire. So buckle up, people. Did you find their hypocrisy in disaster relief to be offensive? Their wildfire prevention solution is so absurd that it will cause your MAGA hat to spontaneously catch fire. It's so hot that some prominent members of the Republican Party will make you spit out your kale smoothie. Have you ever heard of using rakes to combat wildfires? Yes, it is as ridiculous as it seems. According to these geniuses, inadequate forest management is the cause of California's fires, because it seems that Smokey the Bear now works as a landscaper on the side. This idea was roasted more thoroughly than a marshmallow at a Boy Scout campfire by Jon Stewart, who was always willing to add fuel to the fire of satire. He noted that the combination of drought, strong winds, and crowded, flammable buildings makes California's wildfires akin to a perfect storm of catastrophe. You can't exactly fix it with a gardening project for the weekend. However, why should facts interfere with a classic rake fest? About 33 million acres make up California's forests. People, that's a lot of raking. Perhaps the Republican Party believes California can hire a large number of landscapers? Another possibility is that they intend to introduce a brand new reality program called America's Next Top Raker. As the voice of reason in this forest of idiots, Stewart pointed out that climate change, something the GOP frequently likes to deny, is the true cause of these more frequent and severe wildfires. They appear to be attempting to use a water pistol to extinguish a house fire while oblivious to the arsonist who is standing directly beside them. Although forest management is crucial, experts concur that it is not the panacea the GOP is portraying it as. It would be equivalent to claiming that teaching everyone how to cook will end world hunger. It may be helpful, but it doesn't deal with the underlying issue. California has become a tinderbox due to the state's ongoing drought and climate change. However, it seems that the answer in GOP country is to get a rake and whistle while you're at it. They will then propose using enormous leaf blowers to combat fire tornadoes. Or perhaps they will suggest that we extinguish the fire by blowing together with great force. People, it appears that certain politicians have perfected the art of selective compassion in the field of disaster relief. They are similar to those finicky eaters who only eat red M&Ms, but they get federal assistance in place of candy. The worst part, though, is that they suddenly become all about that bipartisan love fest when calamity strikes their backyard. It's similar to witnessing a group of young children quarreling over toys before becoming best friends as soon as the ice cream truck arrives. Therefore, keep in mind that we are all in this burning boat together the next time you hear a politician playing hot potato with disaster aid. Perhaps it's time to extinguish the partisanship fires before they devour us all. When Mother Nature is throwing hurricanes and wildfires around like confetti at a political convention, she doesn't care whether you're a Democrat or a Republican. Let's face it, people, we're all just people trying to avoid getting our asses barbecued in the face of calamity. It's time to embrace the red, white, and whew, we made it through another disaster blue instead of the red versus blue nonsense.